Here we go, guys. Crypto Charts Joe with another quick little update on Theta and Theta Fuel. And we're looking at this long-term uptrend line to begin with that started back the 1st of December 2020, of course. And we bumped it a few times and it's held, so far so good. And what I'm a little bit concerned about, but as long as we stay in this bull market, it really won't have a big effect. It'll just be more of a cosmetic thing than anything else. And that is, if we keep trading sideways, eventually we're going to be, under it at some point here. And don't really want that, but, that might be what we have to live with near term if it does that. And yeah, it'll be a little bit more, difficult to get back up and over it, since we have this brick wall of death here that won't let us over it and close. Now, yeah, today we still have just shy of 4 hours to go, so anything could happen. And that's what we were talking about here. Let me close all this out. And on this candle here a few days back, it was green all the way up, of course. And I was saying, hey, anything could happen. We could, be at $15 or, $5.50 at the end of the day, because this is crypto, of course. And today, the same deal, but we had a bigger push to the upside, a high, then a higher high today. But for, various reasons, they're definitely keeping it, range bound, and especially under that 1180. So by the market doing so, we know that's a very reliable, very valid price point to keep an eye on. And as soon as we do get a daily close, it would be better if we got a weekly close. We'll tell you where we can get it first. A daily close, then we have a huge opportunity to come up here and test these, recent all-time highs, and then, get everything going. But, as we covered, and it's fine, the price action for Theta, it loves to trade sideways and then bounce and rip, sideways, consolidate, bounce and rip. But the only problem is it's a little wearing, on the nerves, and people, get a little flustered with it, impatient, and then, sometimes they'll roll out to another coin, and then the end of that story, that, the other coin starts dumping or trading sideways, and then Theta starts running. So fundamentally, really, really strong coin, strong tech, strong team, strong community. Not in disclosure, yeah, I'm holding some, but at the same time, it's hard to put an argument against it regarding the fundamental side. Now, I know there's always two sides to a coin. There's the people that look at fundamentals out there and strictly trade on that, and that's probably a lot more in stocks than in crypto. I think crypto, to be honest with you, not to rant on another subject, but I think it's probably 95%, maybe 98% speculation, rolling the dice, people coming in with the, little seed money, throwing it out there, expecting to be millionaires. And what's painted that picture is a lot of the altcoins, not a lot, but a few, and I'll just go ahead and name one, Doge here. We'll go ahead and pull that one up. That's done that, and again, kind of like Theta, sideward consolidation, bump, consolidation run. And for our Patreon members, I just give you, well, anyway, we have a little, it's kind of out in the open now, this little secret we had about, just holding and watching, the long-term consolidation, the longer-term, consolidation, over weeks, months, whatever, the stronger the drive to the upside, the energy of the acceleration of price, or the dump, okay? So, and then the blue arrows are your clearing candles. That was your initial investment. And then up here, that gold dash line represents a significant area that, I share with our Patreon members. And then once we cleared that, this candle, let me go ahead and take that off. And as soon as we clear that, this clearing candle right here on the 28th of April, even though it had run and everything, that was your next go-to candle. I'm just saying. And then our price expectancy on this is 86, but if they take it to 86, they'll run it to, an even dollar. Okay, because the market loves those whole round even numbers. And I definitely have run it, wandered off the reservation going over here to the Doge. But I was trying to make the point that, a lot of these traders in crypto or investors, retail people, whatever, it's all very, very speculative. Majority of the coins out there, and when I say a majority, I don't have a percentage, but just, scanning through them and hearing, influencers talk, it's probably a high percentage that actually, the white paper has a good story, but far as, kind of like a resume of a person, but you pull that person in and they really don't have any real world experience, as opposed to what the resume says. And there's just a few coins out there that are working, and the tech is being used day in, day out, and either for a transfer of money or running some sort of protocol, etc. But and then, well, here we go, Theta Fuel, for I totally get off track. Theta Fuel back in this box, and as you saw on Doge, that huge zone here, and then the big run. Guess what? That's getting ready to happen here, unless the some, I don't know, alien invasion happens or something. That's what's going to happen here with TFUEL, and with the staking, the mainnet 3, et cetera, et cetera. Need to research all that and find out how many you need. Golden ratio. What do you think? Your particular risk management is going to be here. But obviously, it's holding. We had a pullback with the other market, with the rest of the market on the 4th. And then we had, a clearing candle here. It cleared out the previous red candle, which is bullish, positive. And then here we go. So, over the 20, that's the most important thing. You can't go bullish until you get over the 20, or if you're dropping real low, you need to hold that 200 and then blow and go. And then another thing I've been seeing, I wanted to, kind of get people's opinion. I've been seeing, these little write-outs, memes, whatever, about the Gates, Bill and Melinda Gates getting divorced, and it might be a ploy to, sell their, be able to get out of their stock, sell for the big market crash, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, that's a bunch of, in my opinion, that's why I wanted your opinion too. That's a bunch of gibberish, and this is why I say all that. First of all, you're going to know if the market is going to crash. It doesn't crash overnight. There are tendencies. There are, they're kind of, movements in the market that are going to let you know that it's about, to make a lower low and continue to the downside. Okay. And one example, just real easy. There's some other examples, but I'll just share that with our Patreon members. But anyway, let's just put this trend line. As soon as even your cryptos, okay, and just kind of a hint here, put those trend lines up, and as soon as that trend line's violated, then there might be you might be going to the downside. Okay. And even on the weekly, this is the Dow Jones. Everybody's familiar with that. That's why I pulled that up. Each candle is 1 week of price action. Here's this one here. And we'll probably get, this is a 2 down, 1 up. Our Patreon members know what that is and what that will mean to the stock market next week. Anyway, I'll just leave that like that. And then let's use Ethereum, because it's been running up. Everybody's familiar with that. And as you already see, I already got a couple of trend lines here. Let's go to the daily, and this is a long-term uptrend line that Ethereum hit several times, got over it. high percentage of times a stock or crypto, whatever, come back and retest this breakout line, okay, once it gets over it. We haven't done that yet, so here's the next, current, anyway, support line. And yeah, we could trade sideways and get on the other side of it, and then it's going to be a little bit hard to get back up and over it, just like I was talking about theta, earlier. And then if we start breaking out and then putting in a red candle like this or what have you, we could come down pretty quickly and retest this uptrend line and this 20. Okay, and then let me get back on focus here regarding Bill and Melinda Gates and the rumors, lies, and innuendos that they got divorced. It might have been about money. I don't think it was any long-range plan to start selling or diversifying out of their stocks in order to prevent, being able to sell under the table and run and go. I'll give you a prime example. On my YouTube channel, Crypto Charts Joe, you can look through a lot of those videos, and a high percentage, probably 80% of them, the most money in the shortest period of time that we were able to pull in live trading, you go there and see it live, was when the market was dropping. Okay, so they would be crazy to sell out and diversify out of it when there's so many vehicles of shorting the market that could roll over to within the market and make a heck of a lot more money faster than they have if the market does crash, if and when it's reaching all-time highs just as we're talking now. That may or may not come to pass. They've been talking about a market correction for what 20 years or whatever. Just exaggerating. Okay, just kidding. But seriously, there's a lot of ways to make more money and do better in a bull market than a bear market if you know how to do the the short positions, et cetera, et cetera. You can make a lot more, a lot quicker, in that scenario. And then also just go back and do a little research this weekend on Joe Kennedy, the granddad, the one that had a few side hustles that may or may not have been legal back in the day, that gained him a seat on Wall Street on one of the exchanges. Forgive me, I forgot which one it was. And the president of the United States during the 29-30 crash literally called him up and begged him to stop shorting the market. Okay, because he rode a big massive part of their fortune onto the short side, and he was driving the whole world to the downside. Okay, so little interesting part of history. And then he parlayed that until his son becoming president, and we all know how that story ended. He wanted to clean up things, and anyway, they just didn't want to anything to do about it. So, all right, enough rant for the day. Appreciate you making it this long in the video. As always, hang in there. We're looking for great things to be popping here pretty soon. And with that, we will see you on the charts.